Hey, welcome back. It's Jason Walter here. In today's video, I'm going to share a brand new report that was just released this morning regarding August home sales in California. Okay, there is so much to share with you guys today. I want to keep this video as short as possible. So let's go ahead and dive into the video, and I'm going to share my screen with you right now. Okay, here is the California Association of Realtors August home sales report. So I'll share that with you right now. So they say that existing single-family home sales totaled 465,000, and that is up 6.3% from July and up a whopping 14.6% from August 2019. And this is quite remarkable because inventory is down significantly. So if we have August home sales increasing, inventory is down, it's really showing there's high buyer demand right now. In addition, they say that August statewide median home price hit $706,900, and that's up 6.1% from July and up a whopping 14.5% from August 2019. And by the way, this is only California residential single-family detached home sales here. So I just want to go over that with you today because this report was just released this morning. In addition, they say that year-to-date statewide home sales were down 6.8% from or in August compared to July. And I think this is really a reflection of the low amount of inventory that we have in California and across the nation as well. And I'll go over that here later in the video in this report actually. In addition, it says that California's housing market continued to improve in August as home sales climbed to their highest level in more than a decade as the median home price broke last month's record and hit another record high. So in June, we hit a record high. In July, we hit a record high of $666,000 for the median home price in California. And now in August, we hit yet another high. So this is the first time that the median home price in California is above $700,000, which is quite remarkable. And again, I think this is due to the record low interest rates, which right now, let me share that with you. According to Freddie Mac, the average 30-year fixed mortgage is only 2.87%. Last week, it was 2.86%, I believe, and that was a record low. So the record low interest rates, couple that with low inventory, is really fueling demand for houses and is pushing prices up. So we'll see if that continues. If interest rates increase and inventory increases, then we may see a change in home prices. But right now, since we have low interest rates and low inventory, that is pushing home prices up. It also states in this report regarding home sales that this is the first time since the summer of 2016 that sales have increased from the previous month 3 months in a row. So August sales rose 6.3%, up again 14.6% from a year ago. So quite remarkable given the low amount of inventory. And the California Association of Presidents stated the following. He said that California's strong housing recovery in terms of sales and price over the last few months is encouraging as motivated buyers are eager to purchase homes amid the lowest interest rates ever. I would venture to say I don't believe this is really encouraging because the low amount of inventory, record low interest rates is really fueling demand for housing right now. And I believe this is more discouraging than ever because it's very challenging for home buyers right now, and home sellers have a clear advantage. So I would really like to see that be a little bit more even amongst home sellers and home buyers right now. It's really discouraging for buyers. However, of course, it is encouraging for sellers right now because there's far more home buyers right now than home sellers. And the California Association of Realtors basically stated this. He said that, however, the persistently low housing inventory will continue to push up home prices due to heavy buyer competition, which is starting to outweigh the benefits of record low interest rates and hamper housing affordability. So my word of warning to you is that do not buy a house simply because interest rates are very, very low, at record low interest rates. Do not buy a house just because of that, because home prices are going up so much more that it's really hampering the affordability and the benefits of having such a low interest rate. Okay, let's talk more about home prices in California. And it says here that California's median home price broke the $700,000 mark for the first time ever, reaching $706,000, as we know, a 6.1% jump from July and a 14.5% jump from August 2019. Also, an interesting note here that the yearly price increase was the highest recorded since March 2014, 6 years ago, and larger than the 6-month average of 4.3% that we normally receive in California. And part of this 14.5% increase in home prices compared to last year is due to an increase of the number of houses that have sold over $1 million, for example. So according to Carr's senior vice president, he stated that a change in the mix of sales is another variable that keeps pushing the median home prices higher as sales growth of higher priced properties continue to outpace the more affordable counterparts. Also in this report, they talk about their monthly consumer housing sentiment index. And this is basically a survey they do on a monthly basis to ask people whether it's a good time to sell and a good time to buy. They say that the poll found that 58% of the consumers said now is a good time to sell. Meanwhile, they also said the low interest rates continue to fuel optimism for home buying, and they said that 34% of the consumers who responded to the poll believe that now is a good time to buy a home. And I found this to be just the opposite. I also ran a poll on my YouTube channel asking people, is now a good time to buy and is now a good time to sell a house? And let me share that with you right now. So when I asked people, do you believe now is a good time to sell a house? 78 people of you voted, and 89% of you said that yes, now is a good time to sell a house. Also, when I asked, hey, do you believe that it's a good time to buy a house right now? 68% of you said that no, now is not a good time to buy a house, and that was with the 100 votes. So everyone who voted, thank you so much for doing that. I really appreciate that. Okay, let's take a deeper dive into this report here. This is going to be by region. So the Central Coast and the San Francisco Bay Area had the strongest sales growth in August, with both regions surging more than 10% from the previous year. The far north and Southern California regions increased at a slightly lower level of 8.6% and 5.5%. In addition, the Central Valley had the smallest sales gain amongst all the regions. It was only up 0.5% from late August. And I believe that a lot of this is due to the low housing inventory levels. So I'm a realtor here in Sacramento area, if you're not familiar. And in Sacramento area, we have far less housing inventory compared to last year. I'll share that with you in just a little bit. The Central Valley region also has been growing slower than the rest of the state in the past couple of months, probably because they were hit by the pandemic lockdown more so in other areas, they say. It also stated here that nearly 3/4 of all the counties, which is 37 of the 51 tracked by Carr, experienced a year-over-year gain in closed home sales. And it says that the counties with an increase from last year averaged a gain of 24.8%, which is an astonishing number. At the regional level, almost all major regions posted double-digit price increases from last year. The San Francisco Bay Area had the highest median price increase, rising almost 18.7% from last year. And I'll share the details by county with how home prices and home sales have increased and decreased. And I'll share that with you at the end of this video here. And Carr also stated that while the Central Coast posted the largest sales increase, Santa Cruz was the only county in the region with a sales decline. And it says that the wildfires that started in the area, they were more in the northern part of Santa Cruz County. They destroyed nearly 1,500 structures, and that may have contributed to the lower sales slowdown in that area. And it says that the lingering effects of the wildfires may impact the market in the surrounding areas into September and October. And I remember last year when we had the Paradise Fire, which is in Northern California, destroyed about 90% of that town. The real estate market in Oroville and Chico, very close by, absolutely skyrocketed in the months after that fire as people were displaced from their houses and needed a new place to live. So it's going to be interesting to see how these wildfires in California may affect our real estate market. Okay, let's talk about active listings. And active listings continue to decline in every major region in California. So much so that 49 of the 51 counties reported by CAR experienced year-over-year declines in active listings in August. And Merced fell the most with a decline of 70.4% from a year ago. And San Francisco and San Mateo, which is in the Bay Area, were the only counties in California with an increase of active listings. I'm only speculating here, but I'm guessing that the increase of active listings in San Francisco, that a lot of people are leaving the city as a lot of businesses are closed there and are moving to more affordable places where they can have a larger house with a larger backyard, for example. Okay, let's talk about housing supply. And housing supply tightened up in all price segments, but the housing shortage is especially pronounced in more affordable markets. And they said the active listings in every price range declined by double digits on a year-over-year basis, but for sale properties priced below $1 million fell 58% from last year. Compared to a year ago, the supply of houses priced between $1 and $3 million declined 33%, and homes priced above $3 million declined 17.2%. In addition, it took houses a shorter amount of time to get into contract or for houses to sell. So the median days on the market in California for single-family houses was only 13 days in August, and that was down from 23 in August 2019. That's almost a 50% drop in days on the market when you compare it to 1 year ago. So houses are selling almost twice as fast this year compared to last year. It also states in this report that statewide sales price to list ratio was 100% in August 2020. So on average, houses are selling for the asking price. And that was slightly higher than 98.7% of August 2019. Okay, let me share some details about how we're seeing home prices and the number of home sales fluctuate in different regions across the state. So for example, overall in California for single family houses, again, the average is, the median home price, if it's about $706,000, and that is a record price that we're seeing across the state. Again, the median home price. In August 2019, it was $617,000. So almost $100,000 more this year, which is astonishing. That is a 14.5% increase compared to last year. And also the number of home sales is up 14.6% if you're looking at California as a whole for single family houses. In the Los Angeles metro area, home prices have increased 12.8% compared to a year ago, and the number of home sales increased 4.4%. In the Central Coast, more or less very similar to what we saw in Los Angeles, except a lot more home sales, 15.4% increase. The Central Valley was more or less flat, and in the far north, more or less was flat. In the San Francisco Bay Area, home sales increased 10.8%. However, prices increased 18.7%. What I found really interesting was Marin. So Marin County, which is in the northern part of the San Francisco Bay Area, just north of San Francisco, the home prices have increased compared to last year by 23%. A 23% increase of the median home prices compared to 1 year ago, which is astonishing. They also had almost 38% more houses that sold in August compared to August of last year. However, when you look at San Francisco, look at this. Only a 3.8% of the increase of prices compared to a year ago. That's incredible compared to Napa, 24%, Marin, 23%. However, the number of houses that sold up 28.9%. In Los Angeles, home prices have increased 7.9% compared to a year ago, but the number of homes that have sold down 5.2%. And places that are very desirable places to live and also to visit would be Monterey, California, which is close to Carmel. We have a 31.6% increase of prices compared to 1 year ago, which is an astonishing number, 31% in 1 year. And they also had a 25.4% increase of the number of home sales in Monterey. In Sacramento County, which is where I live and work, in Sacramento County, home prices have gone up 10.1%, and then the number of houses that actually sold is actually down 1.9%. So let me share a little explanation of why we may have seen that 1.9% decrease of the number of homes that have sold in August this year compared to last year. So let me share my screen with you for Sacramento County plus the city of West Sacramento. And the reason I believe would be the lack of housing inventory. When you compare it to last year, the active listing inventory is down 49.7%, which is a crazy low number. So it makes sense that the number of home sales has decreased when we have half as many houses available for sale. Also in Sacramento County, yes, we do have inventory. It's down 49.7%. However, pendings this month is up 18%. So we have 50% less houses available for sale. However, in Sacramento County, pending home sales is up 8.1% compared to 1 year ago. It's crazy. It just shows that there's a high buyer demand with a lack of housing inventory, which is really fueling demand for houses right now. In addition, in Sacramento County, we're seeing very, very few of REO sales, which is basically foreclosed sales and short sales. Obviously, we have a moratorium on foreclosures and evictions right now. But interesting to point out that for REO sales, only 12 houses sold out of a total of 1,560 houses that sold in August, which is an astonishing number. It'll be interesting to see if this number increases next year. In addition, in Sacramento County, the median home price increased 10.4% compared to 1 year ago. And then also houses are selling very quickly as well. Houses are selling about 7 days on average for the median days on the market compared to 9 last month. Please hit the like button if you like this video. I greatly appreciate that. Also subscribe if you haven't done so already. And follow me on Instagram. I'm Sacramento Realtor. Hope you have an awesome day. I look forward to seeing you on the next video.